Hello everyone and welcome back to more Nioh 3, and we are done with the Sengoku Jidai. For now, we will get back to it. Probably. But now we're in Haiyan, so like, in time. Seems to be a visitor in the Eternal Rift. Oh boy! So the Eternal Rift really is just the interim again, I guess. Ah! Now he's just here, I guess. Well, hello.
お主、なかなかの波乱のそうじゃの。これは面白い。ちょうど退屈しておったところよ。この壇上の茶室でゆるりとしていくがよい。写しよは様々に移ろえど、戦火は未だやむことなく。お主も幾多の激戦をくぐり抜けてきた口か。主と同様戦をなりわいとする者が隔離世でも飽くことなく争っておる。これは隔離世の日の元よ。お主の知るどの写し世のありさまとも異なるであろう。隔離世に至った後も人の差がはちっとも変わらぬ。自らの野望が高じて墓穴を掘った覇王と呼ばれる男がわしの生きた世にもおったわい。どうじゃ、お主も隔離世での勢力争いに興味はないか。働き次第では天下があらぬ方に傾くやもしれぬ。
Red and white cams. Oh, not blue anymore. Buddha. Okay, guidance bliss, status ailment, protection from death. Not white, it's blue again. So... You know what? Shimazu is like actually really good if I just want to up my damage.
It's only in critical condition though.
Ah, okay.
You need to read.
Yeah, I was dumb. It will be Toyotomi again, because you can guess why, right?
What does Toyotomi do here?
What did Toyotomi do in the other games? It's Amrita gained. Guess what it will be for the first playthrough?
Probably.
Oh, there are some clans that are not unlocked yet. Probably DLC stuff.
No, you can unlock them.
Ah. Well, I mean, it's fucking Toyotomi. Life recovery, Amrita Sword, and Amrita earned plus 5%. So.
Just general farming? Yes. Which is, I guess, what the first playthrough is about anyway.
Yeah. Toyotomi versus Kato.
Nioh。ここは時の流れから隔絶された地。写し世のさじは忘れ、いとまを楽しむがよかろう。
Okay, so the interim is not. It's not the interim.
気が向いたらな。
More like out of time. So this is where his tea house was the whole time.
お主、平の都を訪れたというのはまことか？まあ、ここにおるならば、時ぐらい越えねばかえって不都合よの。ならば、一つ頼みがある。お主は馬行飯という茶碗を知っておるか？見事な政治の茶碗なのだが、大きくひび割れてしまってな。それを何とも大胆に春日井で修復した一品じゃ。もちろんわしは実物をこの目で見たことがあるが、ひび割れる前の茶碗も見てみたいとふと思ったのだ。あるとすれば都の西一あたり探してみてもよいかもな。お主、この段まれびとは歓迎するぞ。
Okay.
わしの茶室に見惚れておるのか？主はいずれまたく。
良き災いにござった。忍びの技の深まり感じておられましょう。だが忍びとしての勘は実戦でこそ磨かれるもの。さあ戦場へ向かわれよ。わしの親父先代の半蔵は無類の稽古好きであった。見込んだ者へ稽古をつけるためとはいえ、化けて出てまで説教。あれには驚かされた。今となってはその親父の思いが痛いほどわかる。わかるもより力をつけてもらわねば。次の稽古はぜひとも拙者と手合わせ願いましょう。わしの親父先代の半蔵は
修練もはや新たな生と死の差つける権威の極みは仏道の修行の末に見出す禅の心得に似たり、竹千代様はその極みに一歩近づいたように見えますな。どれ久方ぶりに打ち合いましょうか。生としつける。
Okay. Time to get the battle scrolls out.
こたびは拙者と打ち合いましょう。
There we go. Somehow, this guy was more of a problem than others.
良い立ち去りです。ここまでにいたしましょう。
Swordsmanship, I punched you. Fucking punched you, old man.
Wakaの力、拙者にお見せください。
No, it's so funny how, you know, I went back in time and meet the head of the Fumas, and he's just like, yeah, you were trained by Hanzo. I don't know how, but you were trained by Hanzo. It's like, is this just a ninja thing? You just know who, like, one of the main masters is, depending on how you move?
Maybe. It would make sense.
Yeah, fair point. What do we have here? Let's do the battle scrolls first. Then we go into Haiyan. Yeah. It definitely seems like the soft cap is around 40. More or less.
Probably different for every stat.
Yeah. Okay. And also, more key damage is just good to have, I'd say. That was just +1, but it's usually just +1, so yeah, strength up.
谷底から人の声か。一体何が。
Yeah, there's still not much difference when I just put up text just a little bit. And it looks instantly better.
撤退だと。ならばこやつらは不要。谷に放すしかあるまい。血に飢えたあやかしは扱いに困る。何をする。
Fuck. I have to kill Weasel.
Again.
Yeah, it's a Battle Scroll boss. Yeah, so I need to do this one first again. Yeah, is there also a Sickle Weasel in Rise? I mean, they did yokai theme them. Oh yeah, right. The first one. The first small one. Has a sickle stuff. Yeah, no, it's like, the first quote-unquote large monster. Izuchi, yeah, Izuchi is it. Great Izuchi.
That isn't the reason.
Yeah, but it's inspired by it. Yeah, Tobi Kadachi is a weasel, that's true. You're way too silent.
I'm thinking. These Tobi Kadachi make a scaly form of a flying squirrel. Basically.
Again, too not loud enough.
They're talking normally, even louder than normal.
Then I need to make this game a Come on!
I said,
Yeah.
the Tobi Kadachi is like the scaly version of a flying squirrel. That's what I said. But I get it, they have a similar form. Right?
Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of interesting to think about that they picked Great Izuchi.
Ironically, I think, for me, if I had to link it to a monster from Monster Hunter, it would be like a slimmed down version of Harakuga. A noodle version.
It's not really wrong, I would say.
Probably Harakuga had the same baseline inspiration. From the yokai, I mean.
Probably. Which makes it a bit weird considering they did it twice.
You can get inspired by the same thing several times over, you just make a different version.
Fair point, but then it kind of irks more and more that they just didn't do, more proto-wyverns over the years, because I don't know what is going on with
Okay,
Capcom.
that's a fair point. We're missing proto-icons a lot.
How are you doing? How's the weekend going? Oh, come on. There we go. You mean aside from some of Europe's best players in fighting game for fun? What? Okay. You mean aside from facing some of Europe's best players in a fighting game for fun and predictably getting soundly defeated, nothing really happened this weekend. Oh yeah, I feel you that part. I mean, getting in a fighting, facing off against people in a fighting game that are way above your league is just, you get demolished. AKA, I played melee against you, and you were like, oh, this is fun. Throws me off the stage.
Yeah, but I'm not the best melee player in the world, not by a long shot.
Yeah, definitely not. You could be if you wanted to, though. Like, I'm certain.
No, why?
Okay, let me put it like this. You fucking, you didn't know about wave dashing and found it out anyway. You're that kind of melee player. You just developed the highest level strategy on your own.
Is wave dashing a high level strategy?
Yes, it is the high level strategy. Without it, like, most characters wouldn't be able to be played. And you're just like, oh, that's wave dashing. Oh, and you're like, well, you just didn't know about, like, the core things.
Well, apparently I did.
Yeah, you did, but, like, you know, not from the whole, oh, you were in the fight. You just found it out on yourself that, oh, I can do that. And he did it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, if someone, like, that's the thing with, like, high level.
If I can find it out, the community obviously.
Yeah, the community obviously did. But the key thing I want to get at here. Now I was just completely. The thing is, and now, keep in mind, every single thing in fighting games, or like basically high-level competitive games, is figured out by someone, usually in a group effort, and then shared.
Yeah.
When I say you're good at melee, it means you put so much time in melee, isolated because you're like, you were just a child without real internet access, and you found out one of the key high-level mechanics on your own. That's a fucking...
I mean, if you put it like that, it's somewhat impressive, I guess.
It is. Now the next one comes. I think. Oh, okay.
Wrong.
Ah.
どころか副将に惜しいものよ。この逃げ団長、何度も破れると思うな。止められぬか。見事なり。鬼という恩師には一度思いつ
Okay. So, I have to defeat 2 normal people. And...
Mist Man.
Yeah, and then another one. So...
Can you do it?
Do I want to do it is more the question.
Yeah.
Shut up! Why don't I just defeat you and then go out of this fucking thing? Where do I leave this?
Maybe need an item?
That would be very,
Like usual.
no.
How's this kind of mission called?
Battle Scroll.
In the settings menu, apparently.
Wait, settings. So system. Return from mission. Ah, yeah.
UI designers strike again.
Genius! That is definitely where this should be. Thing is, I play older fighting games, so I usually need to enter Discords for it, but you also actually get to talk to the players instead of doing anonymous ranked grinding. I was like, nothing. Yeah, that definitely was how it was before. It's just
If you can actually talk to the person that beats you into the ground, they might give you good tips.
I mean,
Especially if they're not childish. Otherwise...
I had that with Dawn of War. That was nice.
Was it? You kind of screamed at me when I explained things to you.
Okay, yeah, but also, I need to be clear. I did learn, and most crucially, when I got completely stomped into the ground by Puff, he did tell me how to play orcs.
True.
So, yay! It's nice when you know.
Why were you nicer to him than to me?
He didn't torment me as long.
Okay.
Okay, by the way, I'm right back, then we can talk about that a bit more. Yeah, back. Then when it comes to like where you learn play against other people, like back in the day, I also learned how to play Dota and such from like quite literally the same people in the room. Because, you know, a few people knew that game inside and out and handed out around the mod, and so it was like, yeah, this is how you do it. And then we had some of the Chinese exchange students, and they had some different tactics. That was just how you exchange stuff. By the way, there's some really cool news right now. So let me put it like this. I think it's fascinating that there is like a very big scene in recent years that is aimed at restoring old Japanese MMOs that never came out in the West. Because after Monster Hunter Frontier, another Capcom game has now been targeted. Dragon's Dogma Online. And they have restored it so well, apparently, that they're now working on expansions. And I want to launch it soon, but like, yeah, they translated like almost all of it. And it's basically just, you know, Dragon's Dogma with a bit more you know, stat-heavy stuff.
Technically.
What?
Technically.
Yeah?
Has Capcom ever licensed Monster Hunter Frontier or Dragon's Dogma Online in the West?
Nope. They made them on their own and only released them in Japan. Those were Japan-only games.
So, technically,
Yeah?
you think the
They shut them down themselves. I don't think they will hand out the license again. Could be an interesting proposition, though, even though it would just basically also say, oh, I can do this now?
apparently.
Oh, I need to go back to the Sengoku period. But, yeah. Basically, they translated. It's like, I mean, it's Dragon's Dogma, so like, you know, it's you, your pawn, other pawns, and you can also play co-op with other people. Which sounds cool, honestly. It's pretty freezing here. Wait, is this? Wait a second. I've been here before. That's quite literally one of the areas from Nioh 2. Yeah. Old game restoration is pretty cool, in my opinion. Kind of rocks, actually. Yeah, actually, what kind of fighting games do you play, Jun? I can definitely see Dead or Alive, though, considering you were very happy that they bring back 6. Yeah, I get you. These were great. It's just like, nowadays I feel like setting one up is art. Like, you need a place. You need, and you know, you need a place. People need to come. West Blue, Guilty Gear, Multiplayer, Deadlock. Yeah. I feel like every time you start with playing one of them, you can expand. Hey, they have the high-end outfits. Ooh, plus 50. Wow. There's been Kodama deflation. Or Kodama inflation. Your Kodamas are just not worth as much in the future. That's a crime.
Maybe because there are more Kodamas.
お主
What?
相当な腕利きと見受けする。拙者は梶原景時。源頼朝様の命により世を乱すあやかし改まを討ちに参った。
I said maybe there are more Kodamas in the future.
なると、改まどもめ、思うたよりしぶとうござってな。預かった兵を失うた上、拙者も手傷を負う始末。民を救うため、どうか手を貸してはくれぬか。民を救う。
頼朝が存命となると今は平安かの。どうやら我らはまた時を遡ってしまったようじゃな。とすればここ鞍馬山は大天狗が治めた土地。人との争いを好まぬ逃げたまなし穏やかな山であったはず。以前になく嫌な予感がするわい。用心するがよい。
It's the perfect place to try arrows. What can you even do in the air?
Wait. I kick.
Yeah, but you have 2 buttons. Okay. So your aerial base moves aren't that interesting.
Yeah. Occasionally gets caught on stream. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things where I'm just like... Now we get Tengus. Yes. Interesting that Haiyan is the snow period, so to say. What?
I look like the Haiyan era, where it just snowed in Japan.
Yeah, maybe it just did. Who knows? Who am I to judge? Oh, fuck you, you little shit! Die, 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 die! No respect for the babies. I wonder when... you know what, I kind of hope that, at least when it comes to competitive games here, that at least Dawn of War 4 is going to be good. So... I mean, you can at least expect us to stream the beta if there is an open one. And, probably just laugh about all the people that just do shit all the time. Is this like a nice thing to do, publicly exposing shit people at others? Yes.
Just usernames. We're not exposing anyone for real, hopefully.
Yeah. You know what?
Also, just because every RTS beta we were a part of, we wiped before with everyone, does not mean that it will be the same.
Yeah, that's true. On the other hand, I kind of hope that I just kind of hope this time we run in some into some YouTubers and then maybe catch them on stream, and then we can expose them when they're like, oh, the game has this problem. Like, no, you just play like shit.
We don't need to catch them on our end to do that. We just need to
Yeah, I know, but
like, remember when people complained about Dawn of War 3?
yeah, I know, and then just uploaded complete ass. I know.
It's like, you can critique a game without being good at it, sure. But you can complain about the walk between my base and the battlefield is too long when you're too stupid to build forward bases.
And again, if you if this was part of the game design that you have to walk this far back, well, then you better plan around that, bucko. I mean, that's just also one of those things I noticed that a lot of people just have complaints about RTS specifically usually. And I wonder if that's also a thing in fighting. I think in fighting games it's like less because it's I feel in fighting games there is more of this etiquette of, you know, if you suck, you suck. But there is this feeling that a lot of people in, at least in the that want to critique and play RTS games just really fucking suck, and then always complain about things like that just inconvenience them, and they think, oh, if this was different I would win, and like, no, you would not, because then I would also use that and you would still lose. But when the fucking thank you, no more geometry problems.
のあたりも
Oh yeah, how's the weather, by the way, on your end? Here it got quite warm, actually. Like, I heard something of like, oh yeah, freezing temperatures would be rolling in on Friday, and like, it got above freezing? So what is going on here? Just very confused. Huh. What in the interesting shit was that? So they deflate? Oh. Oh, that's clever. I think what happened is because in some things are, you know, overlapping, because in I fought against one of them in Singapore and then they stayed big. Meanwhile here they deflated the moment, you know, you had the so what I think is going on is that it's one of those yokai where the perception changed with the years, and then they were just like, hey, what if we just adjust the you know, the enemy a bit? And like, that's cool. Yeah, actually, it's a good question. I think William might definitely be in Dead or Alive 6 or at least 7. Considering it's a Team Ninja game and, you know, they already had, like... I think that this is, like, one of those obvious characters they would add. But, like, I wonder if they add more Nioh characters. As, like, guest characters. That's sad. Well, you know, snow melting is one thing. It just kind of sucks, though.
Well, it was more dangerous yesterday outside than when the snow was still there.
That is actually true.
Because it just turned into sludge. Like... Wait a second. I have no idea how to translate that. So basically, very wet sludge, everywhere's water. Obviously, on the ground, there was still compacted snow that, well, was ice now.
Yeah.
So it was very slippery.
Hope today is better, but we'll see. I have boss time now. I think Tengu. Pretty sure it's Tengu.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Permeated with water. Yes. great Tengu.
大山の怒りその身で知れ。そんなにそんなにそんなに。
No, no. And then that I went and made an entirely different thing with it. I mean, technically, this one is later from the same depth, so. When the geometry fucks you over again. That's the worst part, right? It's like, no, you can actually do that. Of something that is behind you and invisible. Okay, that's hard to actually gauge. I love this boss though. Okay. Because he's like doing all the Kabuki and Tengu stuff in his animations. There's like... You know what I hate about this fight? That there is a snowstorm, which is fairly appropriate, but like, let me see this! This is cool! God damn it! Huh.
Cool grapple.
Yeah, what?
Cool grapple.
It is. Ah, god damn it. Problem was, due to the effects, I didn't see that he was doing a grapple. I think that's the worst part. I think that is probably the thing they should change in the Dark Realm. Grapples should not be a grey effect, it should be a yellow effect.
I think the ability to change the color of it would be useful.
It's just sometimes hard to see. You know what?
Also, you're not using most of your ninjutsu against him, right?
What?
You're not using most of your
I do.
ninjutsu.
He's just resistant against them.
Yeah, so you're not using most of them, right?
Yeah.
How about cicada skin?
Do you really think that will help?
Well, it will help you one death.
Okay, yeah, let me just... Guess especially here... Cicada Shell? No.
Would be cicada shell.
That's just the one that... Well, let's see.
If not, maybe I haven't unlocked it yet.
Could then do it just... but yeah.
Yeah, just test around.
Okay, problem is just sometimes I don't, I feel like sometimes the moments to react for the burst counts are very off.
You wanted to look into ninjutsu.
I want to fight the boss.
You have lots of points.
Yeah, it's just like...
Maybe spend them.
Not much I can learn here.
Still have points to spend. You should do it at some point.
Yeah. Oh, I think I know what they want you to do with this.
Hmm?
Basically, you can learn in every single skill tree, and if you max some out, you can just get +1 attack for all. That's how the So basically, if I now go for, like, say, dual ninja sword and look, Sudden strike. Bam. +1 attack.
Then put that
Yeah.
on.
Everything I can.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they always have one for normal, veteran, and... They really made it a bit easier than as usual. But yeah, this is probably the whole... If you don't like what you're playing right now, you can just easily respec and... No more ninja points. Where are we with cestices?
りその身で知れ。
Oh, come on, that's... There we go. Thing with that. Yeah, this is just like the best boss fight in the game so far. He's great. Oh.
この懐かしき笛の音を
It's loose again. Oh, hi.
御霊を沈めたまえ。
Damn. So he's back. Okay. So no hot lady
お
coming.
気づきになりましたか、僧正様。
まだ間に合う。お山の仲間を救うのだ。牛若。
お任せください。必ずや。おかげで恩師の心を取り戻せた。この源義経、礼を申し上げる。 やはり静かから聞いた通り頼もしき輝きをつけておるな。
Tengu girl! Yes! Yes!
世を乱す平家を打ち果たすも兄上に兵を差し向けられ何もかも失って遠き地へ落ち延びた。騒乱を聞きつけ舞い戻った今日で見たのは改まと化した同胞と人の争い。真意は分からぬがもし兄上が引き起こしたのならばかつて古いしこの刀陣容の平安がため再び輝かせん。
なかなかの面構えよ。これなら心強い。そなた名は？
徳川竹千代。
わらわが静かに知らせてまいろう。
Be quiet, bird girl. But yeah, you know what I find the funniest bit about all of this? Basically, they had Tengu fights in Nioh 1. It was one of those you either like him or hate him. Nioh 2, I think they were actually easier, but still good boss fight. I like that they are still here. They're good, like, mid-level, harder enemies types. But they never really had a Tengu boss fight in Nioh 1. Then Nioh 2 comes around, and you have, like, the whole The Tengu's Disciple. With him. He's back, by the way. And the thing is, he basically, because he's also half yokai, also turns into a Tengu yokai form. But it wasn't really a Tengu.
An evil Tengu.
Kind of.
This was now a normal Tengu.
Yeah, and this one was just, and now they just were like, let's just make a great Tengu. Like, why didn't you do this from the start? It's like, you know, there isn't even a creative twist. It's just, it's a Tengu. He does the whole, like, when he does his charge fly, and then lands, he just stumbles a bit forwards on one leg. You know,
Kabuki stuff.
yes, I know. It's just like, it's such a straightforward design, and it's so good. It's like, why did you take, like, a whole decade in 3 games to get to this boss? It's kind of insane.
If you ever want to make a German mod for this one, Bird Girl will be einmal zwei halbe Hahn.
No! Not einmal zwei halbe Hahn. God. You know what? The thing is just like, what kind of story could you like if they ever made like European Nioh? And I will say people are underestimating how many like mythical creatures are in Europe. Like I feel especially people from America are like, oh, but Celtic stuff is amazing. I will not shit on the Celtic people, but it says a lot that the Americans only know the Celtic stuff and nothing from the mainland. Because there's so much wild shit here, actually. They could make a Wolpertinger boss fight. Yeah. But also, like, there's like, do stuff in, I mean, I know, the Crusades are like the one obvious medieval thing. But the problem is just like, let me be clear here. If you make something in Europe, a lot of stuff could get rancid fast. Like the thing that they avoid with Nioh in its storytelling is that they basically reframe this whole thing as the end goal is Tokugawa Ieyasu becomes shogun to end the bloodshed. And And there are a lot of forces that just keep the bloodshed going.
言わずと知れた日の本の都京
Ah, we're near Kyoto this time.
その都が荒れていると聞き私は戻ったのだがまさか宗城様が改まになろうとは今日は古くよりあやかしと浅からぬ縁があれど都としての平和は四方の結界によって守られてきただが結界が何者かに汚されてしまった町には改まがあふれ返る始末時を同じくして上洛した兄上は改まを撃っているようだが折しも大代理は奇妙な闇に包まれたこのままでは今日はますます混迷を極めよう兄上のもとに潜んだ静かによればその闇は地獄と呼ぶのだとか未だ全貌はつかめぬがまずは結界を浄化することが先決船岡山の結界は静かの手により浄化された残るは3つ急ぎ
I thought they really do. They just will do 4 barriers, but no, it's just 3. Okay, I genuinely like the idea that they just like, oh yeah, just do it however you want. That's more the structure I wish they had done in the first era, actually. But I guess every era has their own structure. That's not a bad idea, I would say.
義経が鞍馬に現れました。
Oh, yeah, he's the evil guy now.
直ちに首をはね、わしに届けよ。将軍への道、阻ませてなるものか。平泉での失態、挽回してみせよ。いよいな。はっ。静か、代理へ向かう。案内せよ。
我らを見逃すつもりはないようじゃ。頼朝に用心いたせ。静が案じておったぞ。
さしずめ因縁の敵といったところか。頼もしい。時を超えしまれびとよ。
Yeah, I wanted to, it's like, a monk presented Yoritomo with the corpse of the former Genji clan leader and spoke. Must avenge your family and become shogun. Raise an army with haste and take Japan. The Tale of the Hague. Okay. You know, it's interesting. The thing about it is, I think
私は行かねばならぬところがある。気になる噂話を聞いてな。貴公は先に各地の結界へ向かってもらえぬか。この霊符の力があれば結界の汚れを払うこともできよう。貴公は
Okay, so the thing I want to say about, like, there is also like a lot of stuff you know, when you just look at like martial arts and weaponry and like, you know, mythology in Central Europe, or just generally across the Mediterranean. Like, I know people are like, oh, Celtic stuff. Celtic stuff is boring in comparison to what you could do if you do something in Central Europe, because you need to keep in mind, Central Europe has their own mythological creatures of protection and, you know, harmful, you know, evil and good ones. There is the whole Slavic/Baltic array. There's the distinct Mediterranean ones if you go down to Italy. And that also overlaps with Arabian ones. Because guess what? When you look at the core medieval world, this stretched from, you know, the Alps and like Central Europe, Germany, down to Constantinople and like the Levant. This shit was wide. And let's just... Arabic mythology is amazing, but like... Again, the thing is just, if you said something in the during the Crusades, you need to have a really good angle on how to and what you want to talk about and what your message is going to be with the game, or it gets rancid fast. And like that is just like that kind of goes for a lot of moments in the how's it called, in European history, because like think about it like this. Okay, so you're doing something in the, let's just say 30 or 100 years war. Okay, 100 years war. Whose side do you take? The better choice is France, but you're still implying shit. Like, you could definitely frame this as, like, you know, the fight for freedom against the British. And, like, you know what? This would actually fly nowadays. I think Central Europe hates the British so much, if you just, like, legitimately say, you can team up with your girlfriend Jeanne d'Arc and defeat the British and their evil yokai army. That was, you know, evil demon army. That was just, like... I think everyone would be like, hell yeah! Fuck the British! But anyway, if you do something like, oh hey, the conquest of Charlemagne, or, you know, something during... Oh, more Nioh stuff to unlock, yay. And like, yeah, if you do something there, that would say something, but you know, you could still frame it as like, you know, the Empire fell and he's trying to redo what was lost. That is an easier setup. The question is now if you do one of those typical, well, now we're going back in time DLC, which they like to do apparently now. Where do you want to go? I mean, generally, where would you want to go without it getting rancid?
I don't know. You could play at the myth of the King Under the Mountain.
That is true. You could definitely
say you're playing the King Under the Mountain, and you reconquer your territory. Doesn't matter who owns it.
I mean, it's kind of a thing with the King Under the Mountain, but like also the King Under the Mountain is
the German thing, yeah.
No, it's also just like how should I put it in the best way other than kind of adopted by the Nazis, even though it was not sprung forth by them. So
the thing is a bit older than the Nazis.
I know, it's older than the Nazis, but you know, the thing is, the Nazis had interest in it, and suddenly it was like, oh,
fuck the Nazis then.
Yeah, fair point. Fuck them.
Okay, then we put time travel in there and let the King Under the Mountain kill Nazis.
Could do that. I just like also keep. I also think like, oh, it would also work, and then you know come. Oh, that's good.
Why?
Martial art. Oh no, it's just martial art key damage. Ah, damn.
It's fine if you manage to keep the combo up.
I mean, I can technically put them in the second slot. And the simple talents, I guess, as well. But yeah, in the very end, God, what could you do? I don't know how he's called again. I just know his title was Der Hammer. If you go to that would go really rancid, even if it was the defeat of the Battle of Tours, where the Frankish army defeated the Andalusian force. It wasn't a full invasion, but still, they were like, holy shit. Then again, interestingly, I would say, if you make a Nioh game in Europe, holy shit, you'd definitely need to have a lot more defensive playstyles in it. Because let's just be real here. While it existed to a degree, I'd say the big the pieces life martial art. No, that's not. Ooh, cestices.
I'm not using that much though.
Still, brave demon hunter. That sounds
like a good thing.
Sounds like a good one, but I definitely need.
You have the chest piece and the hips.
Yeah, but I need like 4.
Yeah, but you have already 3 then.
Brave demon hunter. Oh yeah, right. Oh wait, I'm going down.
You're just missing 1. You have the chest piece equipped?
Yes. I have. And the helmet. So we have now 3 of 7, so...
You're missing...
gauntlets.
Gauntlets or shoes?
No. No. Wind damage reduction. Ah, you know what? That actually sounds good. Like, solid upgrade at least. Oh wait, quick attack, key console. Yep, let's take that. Let's see if I get it. That would be good, actually. Because I feel like Brave Demon Hunter sounds like something that just feels like I should go for with Cestices. Like, enhanced attack and defense with Cestices on C is just solid. Key recovery speed plus 15%, really good. And then in the end, I even get an attack bonus on strength.
Which you're on now.
Demon Cutter, Demon Arm, Cestices. Okay. Let me check.
Just sort for type. Should be possible, right?
Type. Okay, I don't have any...
We have the smithing picks for them.
Check, that would be good, yeah. I mean, don't mind me, I guess I found my Cestus set. Not complete.
平の都に行ったことあるって本当？都には伝説の名刀がミフリ眠っているらしいの。よかったら探し出してくれないかな。そのミフリはどれも偉大な刀工の作品でね。見ればいろいろと思い出せる予感がするの。火事の技術に。もしかしたら私の過去も。
It's called Haiyan, right?
Should
I'm always unsure. Can you maybe Google?
okay. Heian.
Haiyan. Okay.
Heian period.
How is it pronounced? I don't know.
No idea. Japanese.
待っている間に
I wish I would know,
刀に
but
ついて調
I
べ
know
てみたの
words.
同時切り安綱
That's about
か
it.
つて
domo
伝説
arigato.
の鬼を切った刀持ち主にゆかりのある地図に手がいらっしゃい
Watch. Okay, Demon Cutter was it called. Hey is a long E. Is a long O. Oh. So it's Heian. 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 Is that right? Okay, that sounds... Okay, that's actually interesting. I seem to not have the Demon Cutter stuff. Ah, sad. Okay, anyway.
じゃあまたね
But thanks, Jun. That's very helpful. Learning a lot of stuff here. First of all, there's some stuff to do.
Brave demon hunter. You say?
Yeah. That seems to be like the best for cestices. It's probably Heian era stuff. If you find an anime or so character that has these long vowels, you should be able to derive it from there. Oh, yeah, fair point, actually. Oi.
Yeah, I know where you find. the
Let me
swimming
guess, Heian.
pool. In the Heian area.
Okay.
In the south.
Relining the south with metagame knowledge. Just to have an armor set for cestices.
And then you have better armor set for a weapon nearly every day. Because you're using claws.
Yeah, I just need to find something good for claws, that is all. Here, suck a bottle. You really just find a clip about Kung Fu Hustle? The movie's great though.
これは武田の家紋があしらわれた酒瓶か。藁にもすがる思いで神仏に備えた酒のようだな。老いや病への恐れと強い焦燥を感じる。武田信玄という男、やはり家代の大物よ。
民を戦乱から救うその一心で将軍の座を目指すも追い衰える恐れから道を誤ったのであったか。お主も絵の心得があるようだな。この長谷川新春、今となっては自ら絵を描くこともかなわぬ。お主に我が情感と技術伝授いたそう。
That's useful.
Hmm. 思い描いた通りじゃ。見事な貝の虎の姿絵よ。お主には随分と世話をかけたな。誠に感謝いたす。その絵はお主が持っていくといい。達者でな。
Portrait of Takeda Shin. Oh, I feel like I know that this one is a. It looked like one that definitely was done. I saw that before. But hey, let's do some Crucible stuff. I'm a bit to clean up now. Have that yet. I can go there though. Because yeah, as it turns out, getting all the skill points is really useful. You know, then again, I always feel like, you know, okay, here's the thing. It's not that I'm, like, against original stories. It's always just, like, you know, when I talk, think or talk about, like, a lot of writing, then I always, like, have a very, very weird, interest in this, you know, how do you continue stuff that is like not easy to do? You know? Like, that's always kind of fascinating to me. I thought, for example, about, you know, the Jack and Dexter series in the beginning. And one of the interesting parts about that is that the game, you know, you kind of, that is basically about, that kind of sets up the next entry, and I think it is actually a very interesting setup to have to a degree, is, let me put it like this, a mild insult in the writing. Like, when people say the game is, like, bad in terms of gameplay, that's bullshit. Like, The Lost Frontier is, it has good stuff in it. Let me put it like this. It has really good stuff in it that I think just probably would need a bit more polish, because the problem is this was a, you know, this was not a PlayStation 2 game, this was a PSP game. Which is impressive again, because, you know, the PSP was just like a fucking impressive console, to be honest, but I think the biggest impressive stuff of the PSP was that it managed to like just look like a PlayStation 2 in your hands. And then not really be that, you know? Like, there were those small things that just... Oh, okay. Like, there was just a few things they did to be like, it looks like it, but it's not really a PS2, you know? Still, like, I'm not gonna shit on it. Like, I love the PSP. I think I know people have a very fond memory of the PS Vita, and I don't own one. I know someone told me, like, oh yeah, you definitely have you probably have a PS Vita, and I just said, they'd be like, no, I don't. Ironically, oh wait, that's a support. I thought this was a... Ah, well. Ooh, transform that mist slash lightning. But yeah, god damn it, that game just like... Oh. Hey Tim Ninja, do you really forgot to remove a... I think I forgot to remove something there. That's awkward. But yeah, it's like, I think mild insult is like kind of the best thing to say, because again, if you play it, you're probably gonna be like, oh wait, this is a really good PlayStation a PSP game, and yeah, it just straight up is. Like, I'm not gonna pretend otherwise. Like, it's not as polished as like you know, previous games are, which is, like for example, they have this very fun thing about, oh hey, start a bar fight, and but you know, because it's a bar fight, you're not supposed to use your guns. But let me put it like this: in every other previous game, Jack would have put his gun away. Not in this one, though. Interesting. Now I get nothing in improvements on strength. Huh. Well, except key damage does. Which is... yeah, that's a whole thing. Oh, no! So they definitely have if you hold too long, you just die trigger in there. Oh, come on, you couldn't even do a... yeah, if you sneakily do, if you sneakily jump before that happens. Ah, that's boring. Yeah, it prevents exploits, but it's boring. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of stuff I could say about that, because, like, they just have stuff like that, and then other weird shit like, so, here's the thing. In, 2 and 3, Jack has a gun. It's, like, actually just the same gun, you know, just fed with different eco bullets, so it changes the characteristics. But, you know, that's fine. Deadly Eye. And then you have suddenly the 4th game, and it's... how should I put it in the best way? It's like, oh yeah, just use, you know, you just get a staff. Which isn't being used in melee, but it's just the same guns. Like, why? And there's just so much other shit where it just like... you couldn't be asked to have, like, some solid explanation? Oh wait, isn't that our fuck-off brother? Okay, that's a cool design. Damn, that feels like a really strong one, though. The Demon of Pride over here is like, how should I put it in the best way? I barely do damage. So I feel like...
it is the Demon of Pride.
Yeah, so like, I guess not yet. We should have a bunch of other stuff, though, that, I don't know, we almost have everything here. Oh yeah, let's do this one. Yeah, that's it's shit like that, or in in the first 3 games, every mechanic was added. Like they never subtracted a mechanic. Like you have, in the second game you still have your whole, you have everything from the movement in the first game. In the third game you have that, and then the gun is expanded. You still have your dark mode. You still have you actually get a light mode on top of that. Like it all gets expanded. And then the fourth game is just like, yeah, you can't use your dark power anymore. Like, okay, but what about the light power? No, we're not even mentioning it. Like, and it's like, okay, and like, but what about the gun? Well, you don't have your gun. You now have a staff. Okay, that works exactly like the gun. So why did you take the gun away? Is it just to be like, oh yeah, you don't have the upgrades from previous games anymore? Like, huh? So stupid. But I mean, the absolute worst thing. They killed his character. And like, I don't know how to put it like this, but like, so you ever played Metroid Other M? Or saw shit from Metroid Other M?
Not really.
Yeah, it's kind of that. Because you need to keep in mind, one of the key things about Jack as a protagonist, since the second game onward, is he really doesn't give a shit. Like, he's one of those, like, again, his first words is, he's going to kill the game's antagonist. This is the first words the character has ever spoken. And his whole thing is sometimes just, well, some people are dumb, guess I can kill them. And like, it's one of those, he's literally one of those characters who's like very ready to just pull the trigger if it gets, if he is annoyed. Like, is it a bit edgy? Maybe, but it was just part of the character. And now he's just... He's Nathan Drake. And kind of weird towards Dexter. Which he wouldn't do. You see what I mean with... yeah, this one is just one I literally overlooked to do.
Okay, that explains it.
That was definitely just... That was 100% on me. I was just very dumb. I didn't read the map. Because I thought I was already here. But in reality, I came down from here and walked over here. And I just didn't notice.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is just like... This was just straight up on me. This one...
Shows a shrine on the map there where you are.
You mean here?
Yeah, there.
I've been there.
Oh, the outline is so samey with the map that I thought it was like not revealed yet.
I actually went there to just activate it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's like the thing, because like, you know what I hate about that all of this the most? Because when you factor in a bunch of stuff, it's just like, I know why they did things. Because it's like, yeah, they didn't want to have the guns to be as complex anymore as in Jack 3, but instead of just being like, the gun that got damaged and I have to rebuild it, which is, they're just like, oh yeah, you just use something else now. And then, you know, you have a tavern brawl fight, and you don't even put away the staff in the animation, which is like, why are you doing this? Because again, when the game works, it's really fun, because they're like, for example, you have a few eco abilities that were already kind of in the previous games, but now they're saying basically, oh, you can't use your dark one, but you get, you know, you basically get granted these new ones, and when you use those in combat and stuff, they're actually really, really fun to use. Problem, if you say suddenly, oh, you just can't use Dark Jack anymore, and Light Jack is just not even mentioned anymore, a thing he got to balance out, like, quickly, Jack 3, he gets the light eco form from the precursors to balance out his dark form, and in the fourth game, it's just, well, the dark form is unstable. And like, okay, considering he's unique, maybe something happened. Again, I don't mention the light form, but they could have had a better explanation if they just gave a bit more shit about that. But it would be really awkward if in those games, if in that game there were like other characters who had similar mutated dark eco abilities than Jack, and they just keep doing it fine. That would be really fucking awkward, wouldn't it? So there are multiple characters in the fourth game that are just... That... I guess the Crucible just overwrites stuff. But yeah. So that's kind of awkward. And yeah, then you have other stuff like basically, yeah, you don't have the hoverboard anymore, which is like, okay, they didn't bring it with them because they... That's the thing, you know, there are a few things I can accept, like, for example, okay, no more buggies and stuff, they, you know, have planes now, which, you know, kind of goes with the whole thematic of them, you know, basically just remixing games they liked. And so yeah, the fourth Jack game is basically an homage to how's it called, Star Fox to a degree, and that's fine. Yeah, no, like,
The Impaler impaled you.
The Impaler impaled you. You're very funny right now.
Yeah, I know. Maybe you should try to get some water for your character? Or better key region?
Honestly, I just needed to purify it, and I didn't do that. But yeah, it's like, it's so fucking funny because it's one of those games where you know, when you play it and you would play it on your own, I reckon you'd be like, oh yeah, for a handheld game, this is really good, and sure as shit it is. I kind of like that there are the frozen hells now. Yeah, it's so frustrating. But like, I kind of like this idea of, you know, going over the edge of the world where, because basically, one of the key things of the world of Jack and Daxter is like, everything runs on eco, and eco is basically mana oil, and the whole network to distributing eco and keeping the world alive, or like why they even did that, was made by the precursors, and the only precursor we know of that could answer that fucked off into space. And so, like, there was quite literally a place on the planet where, you know, things were just breaking apart, and people were just like, well, that's the point where the precursor stopped building the world, I guess. And, you know, then they are like, wait, no, they didn't. It's pointing over the edge. What could that be? And it's like, that's actually kind of neat. I like that setup. It's just, oh, you kind of need to remake the whole game and, you know, mainly fucking write Jack like Jack. Because, like, I'm sorry. You can't just go and be like, oh yeah, he's just Nathan Drake now. And like, no, he isn't. He's a nonsense person. Oh yeah, I can nice. My elixirs are better now. That's the irony, like remaster, like, you could definitely remaster, like, the previous games, fine, you just kind of need to clean up a little bit things, and that's it. But 4, you need, like, a whole rewrite of things. Oh, come on! And that actually kind of I find interesting as a challenge. Because it's not unfixable. But like, yeah, you basically need to clean up a bit, make it a bit nicer looking. Mm-hmm. 250 Giesel merit. That's like, again, the inflation is real.
By the way, have you tried Nioh Shuriken yet?
No.
You're not experimenting much, huh?
I will do that.
竹林にあるわしの家にも絵巻があるのだ。力を貸してくれ。
Where are we going? Oh, just, I guess, down the village first. Someone
こ
put...
こは陰陽師の一派鴨一族の里。術で刺激されたあやかしも混じっておるようじゃ。用心して進むぞ。
The camels are making problems again. Well, the camels definitely did bullshit here. I wonder what they thought. It's just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna do this ritual here with like a lot of blood. And it's like, are we the baddies? Yeah. You kinda are. Mama!
これはもしやあやかし刺激の邪法カモの連中めこの出来損ないめなぜ従わぬやめろ
Okay.
And how are the shurikens?
Weird to use. I love how even with humans, Nioh is just like, why is this human stronger? Either it's a recolor or it's just a slightly larger human. That's usually how they indicate it, and I fucking love it. It's just so gamey at the end of the day. For a, game that... There we go. There's a new Monster Hunter Wilds update. It may actually have noticeable improvement performance. I mean, it's not surprising considering someone found out for them what one of the biggest problems were, and they just had to fix it. If you know what the problem was, by the way. But like, I mean, I will keep saying the problem of Wilds is not the performance. And I think if they keep going how they're doing right now with the expansion, they're probably gonna be like, whoa, why didn't it sell? And it's like, yeah.
It is nice if they fix the technical problems, but
They should fix the technical problems, and they should learn from those. Like, that is definitely a big thing, because like, if you don't know, basically the game kept checking what DLCs you actually owned, and if you actually bought all the DLCs, you had a performance improvement. So yeah, someone made a mod that was basically just saying, yeah, I have them all, and then, oh, the game just improved by 50% in terms of performance, which is like, that's embarrassing.
The main problem is that now, especially with the new Elder Dragon, the old Elder Dragon, they reintroduced. My bad. The Oil Dragon.
Yeah.
It's even more raw weapons, and I'm not motivated to do that.
I mean, a lot of people are just not really, which is saying kind of everything. I would point out, like, again, good thing they fixed stuff, but it's kind of embarrassing why it got fixed, you know?
They're patching also the skills and stuff pretty much every update. It's really kind of embarrassing.
It's kind of like they don't know what they want to do with the game, and that is just a bit, yeah. Like, I'm sorry, you should know what you want to do with your game.
Maybe when the rank update comes,
What did you say?
Maybe when the G-Rank update comes, I look into it, like the expansion.
Yeah, but I don't think the expansion will fix a lot. They will just make it.
I'm just curious if they learned the lesson, like maybe Monster Hunter is now basically gone and has a completely new audience. That could be.
I feel
then I will just not buy it anymore.
You know what? I think it will be the thing with like every other Capcom game, and maybe also, which will probably happen the second time now for Resident Evil, that they found something that people like. You know, they found out that people just didn't enjoy the game anymore and bought it because, like, again, they saw how much it dropped. I will point out, and this is not coming from me, this is coming from Capcom. Over 90% breakdown in sales across platforms after launch.
Now's the question, why? Because performance will have played a role, because the performance was ass.
Yeah, but keep in mind, most games with that have like. I'm gonna point this one out, and listen. other games that had these problems didn't have this much of a breakdown. Like, from what I know, they got massive reductions because, no one really wanted to. But, like, I think the best example in recent memory is Cyberpunk 2077. Launched in an atrocious state, and yeah, on some consoles, people just didn't buy it. But they still bought it on PC. Like, that's the thing. Even though there was like a very justified breakdown in sales, it was not so hard that the previous game exceeded it in sales. That's the thing. It almost exceeded them in sales. Like, that's the thing you need to keep in mind on top. They had to acknowledge publicly that Rise almost outsold Wilds.
In like a certain time frame, or
In the first year of launch. It's like like this thing, if you look at those stats, it's like, oh yeah, you just suddenly have this whole
at least according to the stats now, Monster Hunter Wilds has not outsold Rise.
what? It has better Wilds has
Not
outsold not outsold Rise yet.
And I think they should be soon-ish getting to the expansion, right?
Yeah. And the expansion usually doesn't add a lot.
It adds some.
Yeah, but like
Usually, like for example, in Rise it was 17,800,000 Rise. And Sunbreak sold 10,400,000. So obviously less, but not that much less.
yeah. And it's like also Sunbreak is on top. Usually it's like
Yeah. Like Monster Hunter World, 29,100,000, and Iceborne 50,600,000. This is according at least to what I can find on Capcom released stats.
Iceborne definitely sold it's probably the best of all the expansions, but
Proportional Rise sold better.
what?
Proportional. Like if you compare how much Rise has sold versus Sunbreak, the difference is less. Between Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter World Iceborne, the difference is bigger. Proportional. Not absolute numbers, because obviously.
I literally do not understand you right now. Monkey.
Then your game is a bit too loud.
I already turned it down. Sorry, sometimes it just gets loud. But yeah, what did you say in proportion? And please.
Like proportionally, the difference between Rise and Sunbreak is less than between World and Iceborne.
That's fair. Which is like probably, I think a lot of people bought World and then just didn't bother about Iceborne, but still a lot did, so like it had still a huge number time.
In total numbers, yes, because World in general sold a lot better.
But I think, yeah, with Rise it was like definitely a case of people wanted to play that expansion. So like there was a bigger transfer from people.
I think they could put up a Rise a lot better. Because, yes, the story was complete ass,
Oh, it was.
The bosses were just a Shantian baby version rip of Ghoul.
Yeah.
The Insel Dragons.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess the combat was more in the direction of Frontier, so it's okay.
Yeah, like, the thing is, okay, so the stuff about Rise is, in my opinion, as you correctly point out, it was definitely gameplay-wise pretty good, and it had like, the thing about Rise is, in my opinion,
it had still the world problem, aka healing is too easy and basically infinite.
I think the thing about Rise was basically like, there was a bunch of stuff going on that was just really fucking good with the combat, and like, when it clicked really well.
I didn't execute.
I tried, didn't trigger. And also, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm doing so weirdly, frame rate. Yeah. No, no, again. Ah.
I mean, no, it's not perfect, but for me it looks playable.
No.
From the frame rate I'm seeing.
The problem is there's a pretty big delay from button input to action.
I mean, it has to be.
Not like this.
No, if it has performance problems, it has to be.
Okay, if you mean it like that, yes. But this is not how I'm meant. Yeah, that's
I'm
just
just
like.
saying, like, I was able to play most of the time with my 27 FPS.
It gets worse. Let me put it like this.
You're not down there yet. Not even close.
You have. Okay, let me be clear here. I have no idea what the fuck is going on, but this is just a very weird slowdown situation. Yeah. I think it's just Rise had something in its gameplay. This is why people probably stuck around, because it was one of those very obvious, hey, they just need to expand on that and it's gonna be great. And then the expansion came, and guess what? Great. So yeah, that's why I can see why probably a lot of people even bought into Rise.
はりお主は類いまれなる力を持っておるようじゃ。空の異形に誘われたか。絵巻からもあやかしが飛び出しおっての。わしの描いた最後の絵巻は当時にある。
描かれた竜が真に迫るあまり絵から飛び出したとも伝え聞く。しかしそれがあやかしにも起こるとはのう。当時は平安京の南方、大きな五重塔が良い目印になるであろう。
へ向かうのだ。共に来るのか。私はここで待っているぞ。共に参ろう。
Oh! Oh, damn. I totally missed the time. Let's just finish up what I should do here.
手がかりを得られるかもしれない。ままやられません。
That does not do full damage usually. I think the worst part is that they definitely that they trigger everything at once.
Oh, they want to keep spatial awareness.
Also, I kind of hate that he's yeah, have a good night. I hate that Jishoon's like, I'm waiting here for you. No, he doesn't. He's like at the other end of the bamboo forest again. Fucking liar. Here. Yeah, let's do this mission, then level up. And then actually, I guess have a midnight walk. Yeah, I feel like they definitely need to update their engine because this is getting ridiculous. Where's the final one? Oh, there we go.
さすがだな。貴公に頼んだ甲斐があった。これで扉の奥へ進めよう。
Well, expert.
この気配は用心いたせ。
Ha! That is bullshit.
死してようやく正気を取り戻せたわ。己影時め、あやつがわらわを欺いて九種の墓に招き寄せ、怪しげな術でわらわをあやかしへと変じたのじゃ。
影時め、宗匠様を老したのと同じ手を使うとは。
そなたらには感謝しかない。もし討たれねば怒りと恨みに駆られ改まのまま暴れ続けるところであったわ。陰陽師の里にある屋敷へ来るがよい。磨きし技を伝えよう。
竹千代殿、私からも改めて礼を申し上げる。竹千
Anything else in here? Nope. Ooh, someone with claws. Oh, Nioh. Anyway, you dead. Lo Meng noodles. But yeah, most people definitely like ninja builds this game. It's like, yeah, I get it. I do get it, but it's still very funny. Nice. Well, let's go there. Next time we can do... We can go wherever, actually. Let's see if we can do a bit of stuff in the Eternal Rift. Ouch. And then I think that's perfect for today. Tomorrow we can do a bit more. If the performance keeps up. Oh yeah, I can fucking pump them up now, technically. If I wanted to do that, is the case. But I want to use Fuma anyway, so... I mean, no, Fuma is good, but I don't know if that's like the best thing to get for Ninja.
You haven't found any better, right?
Not right now. That's why I'm kind of holding back a bit, you know? I hear talent. Okay. That's at least kind of neat. Quick attack, life drain. That's against winded enemies melee damage up. That's also net. Nice. Strong attack, key consumption. Yeah. Melee key damage. I mean, melee key damage. That's technically what I should go for to a degree.
I mean, life drain isn't bad.
Life drain is generally not bad, but I think key damage is probably better.
Key damage would help.
I don't know. I will probably decide tomorrow then. Everyone else, have a wonderful evening. And yeah, see you all around tomorrow for Nioh 3. Let's see how good the high-end period is going. Bye!